You guys have played some really good cricket to get to this point. Still got another opportunity, but what would your assessment be of this evening?
Yeah, look, I suppose in the day we probably left a few runs out there. We were in a great position. Maybe didn't finish well in those last 6 overs. At one stage, it looked like we could be pushing 190 closer to 200. And then maybe just fell away a bit at the back end. So some good learnings there for us in terms of how to maybe go about it in these games and this kind of wicket. So maybe left a few runs out there. And then, I mean, Birrell's a special player and he played a special innings this evening. I mean, he had some incredible shots and along with Bryce, put together a really good partnership which sort of took the game away from us.
Do you feel the conditions changed in the back end of your batting innings, or was that more of an application?
No, I don't know. I think it definitely seemed like the wicket got a little bit better this evening. Whether it changed much at the back end of our innings, hard for me to say, but yeah, maybe it could have been a little bit smarter in those last 5 hours. But in the day, I suppose that's why you try and end first or second, because you have another bite at it, and it's never going to, there's no perfect campaigns. We've got another chance on Friday, so we've got to dust ourselves off and take the learnings from this and move forward into Friday's game.
The last one from me, now you focus shifts to Friday. Is there anything that you can sort of do between now and then, or do you just back your skills, back what's got you to the stage?
No, there's not too much. I mean, the players know sort of where we've sort of come short this evening. We know the areas we need to get better at. Coaches as well. Certain things we can maybe do a little bit differently. So good lessons for all of us. We know we're a quality side and we've played really good cricket. I think all our games that we've lost has been like in the last over. This has probably been our biggest loss with like 1 over to spare. So we've been competitive in all our sort of losses. They've all been really close. So we're not far off when we do kind of get on the wrong side of the result. So nothing drastic, nothing major, just a little bit of tinkering here and there.
Yeah, so open it up to the floor quickly. Then you can go.
Thank you, Coach. Hard luck about today. It's an interesting point you made that you could at least try to get 190 or so. But it reached a point where the opposition bowling really got moving. And then suddenly there was not a mad, but a scramble. And certain players were getting out. Was that something?
No, I don't think a scramble. I suppose because we got ourselves into such a good position, we sort of maybe went a bit earlier than we would normally go because we were only 1 or 2 down after 12, 13 overs. I mean, always hindsight's a great sight. Maybe we could have taken it deeper for an over or two and then sort of exploded. But we sort of thought we need a good score here because we know they've got a really dangerous batting lineup, and 180s and 190s is probably what was needed. And so we probably played a little bit higher risk cricket than we would normally do to try and get that 180, 190 score, and maybe we fell short at the back end.
Coach, on the last obviously, just a reflection on the tournament. We saw Mike defending champion so well. So very interesting performances from the young guys. Just a reflection on this.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, there's been some. I mean, watching Bryce Parsons play today, he bowled really well. I mean, domestically he's a really good player. Gideon Peters has done really well. So it's been fantastic to be part of, and there've been some really good games. And it's just going to help our cricket in South Africa big time. A lot of players playing with some big international players. The learning they take from that is incredible. Some big coaches around. You look, there's Sean Pollock sitting here. There's Saurav Ganguly. There's Lance Klusner. There's Hashim Amla. So some great learning for some of our younger players to be working with some of those coaches. So it'll benefit them greatly.
You've been in the position of coach just your take on how Batman was left out from the squad and how you motivate him moving forward.
No, to be honest, I've coached South Africa 10 years ago. I don't even remember what it's like. So there's been every coach and every selection panel will have their reasons for picking certain players, and that's their prerogative. That team's done fantastically well. There's always going to be players unlucky to be left out. I mean, that's just the nature of it. When I coached South Africa, there were players unlucky to be left out of teams and out of squads. That's the nature of it. You can only take 15, and there's always going to be some unlucky players. Things work out. I mean, there are a couple of injuries. If it's meant to be, it'll be meant to be. He might end up being in the squad in any case, so you never quite know how it's going to unfold. So hard to criticise any of the coaching staff because they've done an amazing job with the national side and their performance has been fantastic. So, not my place to pass judgment on that.
Okay, last one.
Hi, Coach. The second qualifier on Friday could be either Joburg Super Kings or the Pearl Royals. Both tough opponents. Super Kings, if they win, it's pretty much like a home fixture for them. And then the Pearl Royals have also been in great form at the season so far. Expecting a tough encounter no matter who wins the match tomorrow.
No, 100%. I mean, we bowled the Paul Royals out for 49 a couple of weeks ago, and they ended up being nearly top of the table. So anybody on the day can beat anybody. So we're going to have to improve our performance from this last game, which I have no doubt we will. We've got some senior players and some experienced players in the team, sort of know where we can get better. So it's going to be a hell of a game tomorrow between Paul and Joburg, and then it's a tough ask for them to play 2 in a row type of thing. We were there last year, and we know it's really tough. So hopefully that can work in our favour a little bit come Friday.
Would you mind just one more?
Sure.
Just touching on Matthew Bretzka and his position in the batting order, the thinking behind that.
Yeah, look, I think because, I mean, it's hard leaving Marco Jansen on the side of the field after 14 overs when you're only 2 down. So when the wicket does fall, you look around, who's your big hitter? Marco Jansen's that guy, send him in. Then he gets out and you think, okay, who's going to go next? We know Chris Green can hit a long ball, so we're trying to get ahead of the game. And then he gets out. So, I mean, ultimately, you'd love Bretzky to bat up the order. He's played really well for us, but it just so happened that we got off to such a good start. He kept slipping down. Then we tried to send in some big hitters, and it probably doesn't suit his game coming in that late. So there's no perfect science. It's unfortunate, but I suppose because we're in such a great position, he just kept slipping down the order.
One last one. Last one.
Russ, just on Stavo, what's the game plan around it in terms of when he walks in? Because his striker is always less than a ball for the first swing. And then what's the plan?
Yeah, look, I mean, if everybody's trying to strike at 150 or 200 type of thing, it's just, I think today in particular, I think the last game he struck at 110 or whatever it was, he put on a great partnership with Coles, then didn't bat in the last game, he came in at the end, and today sort of just lost a wicket that he played a big shot and then somebody else got out, so he probably reined himself in a little bit there because we maybe lost 2 or 3 wickets a little bit too quickly. I can promise you now the game plan is not for him to strike at 100. He's trying his best to try and rotate, strike and find the boundaries. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but we still got hopefully 2 games to go, and we know there's a big performance from him around the corner. So, yeah, his role in the side is to finish games for us. If we are under pressure, sort of consolidate for an over 2 and then explode, because we know what a powerful hitter he is.